It is a truth universally acknowledged that every now and again a situation arises that defies explanation, and so it was with the ascension of the 3rd Street Saints. When the Saints made their presence known to the world in 2006, they were decried for being pretenders to the throne. The people were confused. Were the Saints sociopathic killing machines hell-bent on destruction, or puckish rogues living a life of mirth and whimsy? The Saints needed clarity of purpose, and so the course was set. More fun, less mercy killing. This simple choice revitalized the Saints, transforming them from a degenerate street gang into beloved pop culture icons. But even then, the Saints were not satisfied, for it's one thing to be revered as a hero, it's another to be a hero. And that, my friends, is where our journey begins. Hello everyone, it's your bud. Today we will be talking about the crazy but cool world of Saints Row. I thought I was going to make this video for tomorrow, but then I realized an even better world that I can talk about, so we're going to do this today. Also, before we get into it, YouTube is automatically set to 480p for the whole health crisis, so if you want high def, you have to set it for yourself. YouTube is trying to save bandwidth during all of this because everyone's stuck inside. And also, Saints Row 3 is coming out remastered, so there's going to be some more awesome Saints Row videos flooding YouTube soon. And then third, I just want to mention that I'm feeling really tired today, so if my voice doesn't sound as energetic, now you know why. Now let's get into this. You may be yelling at the screen already just by the topic of this video, so I need to clear something up. In Saints Row 4, the humans are put in a Matrix-like simulation by the alien overlord and main villain Zinyak. In that game, there are powers, but only while within the simulation. However, superpowers have showed up in Saints Row before, only briefly, but in 2 different places of Saints Row. The first is the ending of Saints Row 3, where the player character drinks something known as the Saints Flow, an irradiated energy drink for lack of better description. This gives the player superpowers for a single pivotal and explosive mission, and then the powers wear off, as this was the very first test of Saints Flow. And during the experience, the player can hear others telepathically in what I thought was a pretty funny moment that did make me laugh, hearing their friend monologuing within their own head. It is pretty good. Aside from telepathy, you also gain super sprint and invincibility, some pretty great powers. So great that they let you replay the mission. So that is the use of Saints Flow within Saints Row 3. So that power does fade as the experimental prototypes of Saints Flow leaves the player's system. And then in Saints Row 4, there are superpowers, but those only happen within the simulation. However, there is one other place in Saints Row where they discuss Saints Flow, and that's a fake Japanese commercial that they made. And one of the lines that's funny is there's a warning in the fake Japanese commercial that says it's a not approved product in California, which is pretty funny to be putting that in a Japanese commercial. But yeah, so it's pretty funny. There's the mission in Saints Row 3 and the Japanese commercial. And then also there's a few cool quotes. The first one's from one of the characters, and it said, "The last time I had Saints Flow, I woke up on a sidewalk covered in blood. And it wasn't mine." And the official Saints Row website said of it that Saints Flow is rumored to cause birth defects in full-grown adults. Now, for those unknowing of Saints Row, it is absolutely crazy, and there's a point where a character, Johnny Cage, meets God after defeating the devil, and God gives him 5 decisions. And this is about as spoiler territory as you can get when the God of the universe is giving you 5 ultimate decisions. You know, some of them are tied to spoiler territory here, but I have to discuss this to get onto the spin-off series, Agents of Mayhem. So if you don't want any spoilers, then go play the games right now, because I think a few of these decisions are just straight spoilers. So yeah, let's do this. What are the 5 decisions? God states that Johnny saved heaven and therefore can ask a single favor from God. 1. Meet with Aisha, who went to heaven after dying. Aisha was Johnny's love. 2. Be crowned as king of hell, albeit having to leave the 3rd Street Saints to do so. 3. Find the Saints a new homeworld for humanity. Another big spoiler there. 4. Have God recreate Earth at the cost of retconning the entire Saints Row world. Or 5. Get the answers to every question in the universe. Now, it's believed that Johnny Cage chooses number 4, having God recreate Earth at the cost of retconning the entire Saints Row world, as Johnny Cage is then shown to be a detective in this new world. Now, I had to mention this so we could get onto the topic of the Saints Row spin-off known as Agents of Mayhem, and though the characters don't necessarily use superpowers, by the end of it, the power levels that some of the people have achieved are no different than superpowers. And one of you mentioned yesterday we were having a conversation about what it would be like if someone was a god of their own universe, and that's kind of the pivotal goal of the main villain. So, recruited from around the world, a group of unique and diverse super agents are set loose on the City of Seoul to save it from the destructive schemes of the evil supervillain organization, Legion. They are the League of Evil Gentlemen intent on obliterating nations. As the Agents of Mayhem, they are the multinational agency for hunting evil masterminds, fuse together technology, weaponry, and gadgets to create an all-out arsenal of futuristic warfare, and have absolutely no qualms about putting it to use against their enemies. In a simultaneous global assault, the villain organization of Legion has taken control of the nations of the world, and the only force left to stop them is Mayhem. Led by the mysterious and no-nonsense Persephone Brimstone, Mayhem's elite super agents are called to the city of Seoul, South Korea. Leading the Legion villains, Minister Dr. Babylon and his diabolical lieutenants set a nefarious plot into motion to build a world-altering device that will grant unrivaled power to the supervillains' organizations. In order to stop Legion and take back the world, the Agents of Mayhem will traverse a sprawling urban battlefield from the ground to the rooftops and team up as a super agent collective to stop Legion at any cost. Success is far from guaranteed, and collateral damage will be substantial, but it's all in a day's work for the agents. So, the thing that Dr. Babylon uses in his ultimate plan is dark matter, with which he seeks to start his own universe under his own control, similar to the decision that God gave Johnny to start his own world. Maybe God uses dark matter to do that too. Anyways, that's Saints Row. Crazy energy drinks that give you superpowers, Johnny Cage fighting the devil and being given an offer of almost all he wants from God, and a game where the main character in Saints Row 4 is the President of the United States of America fighting an alien overlord called Zinyak. The recurring characters in this series, especially Johnny Cage, are some of the best, and the last game ended with humans in a position to take over the Zinyak Empire and reach even greater heights, which is the perfect segue into tomorrow's video, so I'll end this right here. Go check out Saints Row and Agents of Mayhem for some cool supers that are just crazy. I love this series, and I bet you do too. Also, that Saints Row 3 remaster is perfect timing. I didn't even know it was happening until I started doing the research for this video. I just called it research, didn't I? More like daydreaming. So leave this video a like if you want some more Saints Row content in the future. There's years of stories to learn about. Subscribe for daily videos and leave any questions or suggestions in the comments below, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Thanks for watching.